Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So Petter Solberg has retired at the ripe old age of 44, and he leaves behind a legacy of rallying and rallycross success, and he will be forever remembered as the last champion since the age of Sebastians in rallying began. So let's take a look back at the career of this Norwegian legend. After subscribing to my channel, leaving a comment and hitting the thumbs up button. Also check out my new channel, Dark Place Games, where we play a variety of games. Link in the description, and let's begin. Born in Askim, Norway, one of the easier place names to say in Norway, thankfully, Petter Solberg's first real success was winning the National Norwegian Rally Championship in 1998 in a Toyota Celica GT4, which he'd also entered into his first WRC event in Sweden 1998. Finishing 16th. He caught the attention of Malcolm Wilson and Ford and would play a supporting role with the team. In 1999, getting a surprising 5th place at the grueling Safari Rally in Kenya and his first points. He'd again be a bit part player of Ford's challenge in 2000, again scoring points in Kenya as well as Argentina and New Zealand. But because Ford didn't offer enough races, Solberg jumped to Subaru and his first full season in 2001.
Solberg got in lots of pictures all right by planting his focus 200 metres into the forest. And still he tried to drive it out.
His first full year did not start well. 5 retirements in his first 8 rallies, but he did get his best ever finish in Greece, second behind Colin McRae. He'd spend most of the season playing second fiddle to Richard Burns, dropping behind him on occasion to let Richard score points on his way to an eventual championship. Finishing the season 10th in the standings for the second year in a row, 2002 was better and much more consistent. Marcus Gronholm would dominate the championship, but Petter finished second and took his first win at the Wales GB Rally that year, proving he had the ability to go a long way. But would he? Actually, yeah, pretty much. 2003 started badly, but Solberg would win 4 rallies, including his second Welsh rally in a row, to take the title by 1 point ahead of newcomer Sebastian Loeb, and would spend the next 10 years unable to beat the Frenchman, but no one else could either, so there's that in his defence. 2004 would bring 5 wins, but also 4 retirements, and the ever-efficient and consistent Loeb would take the title easily, with Solberg in second ahead of Marco Martin. Same in 2005 with 3 wins and a 4th Wales Rally GB win in a row. But this would be Petter Solberg's last ever WRC win, as Subaru got less and less competitive as time went on. 2006 and Petter Solberg had a few good podium results, but would only finish 6th in the championship. 2007 saw more consistency but less podium finishes, but a 5th place overall in the standings, as Subaru dropped further and further away from the top. 2008 was a disaster for Solberg, with only 1 podium and a 6th place finish in the standings, a place behind younger teammate Chris Atkinson, who may be one of the most average drivers ever to compete in WRC. Solberg ran his own privateer Citreon for 2009, as Subaru finally left the sport. He would miss a couple of rounds but again finished 5th overall, just 2 points ahead of brother Henning Solberg. He would get a couple of podium finishes, making him the first privateer to get a podium since Malcolm Wilson in 1993. Still in a privateer Citreon for 2010, Petter would score 8 podiums and finish 3rd in the final standings. A long way off winner Loeb, but just 2 points off second place Latvala. 2011 wasn't as successful, only a couple of podiums and more retirements, plus a disqualification for an underweight car in France, and he would drop back to 5th in the final standings for his final year in the WRC. Back in a factory-run Ford for the first time since the year 2000, again finishing 5th in the championship. 5 podiums picked up good points, but retirements at the end of the year hampered Petter Solberg, and he announced that he would leave the WRC at the end of the year, and he wouldn't return for 6 years. But what would he do in the meantime?
And here is Petter.
And that, Julian, is not the way he wanted to start the day. That's a bizarre incident.
That's it, and he he comes to a sudden halt against the electric pole, which is fall down.
Oh my word. Well, the good news is there that none of the spectators were injured, Julian, but it was bad news for Solberg.
For 2013, Petter Solberg moved to the European Rallycross Championship, racing again his own privateer Citreon. He wouldn't win and finished the series in 8th. He'd moved to the brand spanking new World Rallycross Championship for 2014 and win the whole damn show in its first year in his Citreon, and defend the title a year later with 8 wins over the 2 years. He'd win the first event of 2016 in his final year in a Citreon, but round up finishing 4th overall. For 2017, he'd moved to Volkswagens, still under his team-owned banner, but now partnered with Tommy Christopherson, whose son would outshine Petter Solberg and win the driver's title for the next 2 years, and Petter Solberg would leave the series.
René Torres, feu vert. Allez, c'est parti pour ces tours de course dans cette seconde demi-finale. À Riga, en Lettonie, le premier virage. Et ben c'est Petter Solberg qui vient en tête. Oh attention, Petter Solberg à l'extérieur.
Très très large.
Oh, il y a eu un choc avec Bomanis. Alors
le
là,
contact.
And so on to Petter Solberg's final events. He competed in a Volkswagen Polo at the Catalonia Rally in 2018, but his final ever rally was the Wales Rally GB event of 2019. Just a week ago, and what an event he had. Not only did he win the WRC2 category, but he would finish 10th overall, scoring a final championship point in his career and reuniting with Phil Mill, who was co-driver up until 2012 when he retired and was replaced by Chris Patterson. The pair capped off their amazing careers in style in Wales.
Congratulations, winner of WRC2, your last event.
Absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. I came here to enjoy, and we came into a battle that you have to fight, and I done everything I can, you know, from inside the limit and window. Very clean race, no mistakes. Phil have been fantastic. The Polo have been fantastic, and the team have done a great job. And now I can say I won everything I started in the farewell tour this year. And I love it, honestly. The kick and the competition and all the people before the stages, and so it's been a long career.
And that's the end of an astonishing career. Petter Solberg won the WRC and World Rallycross in his career, and whilst he was never as successful as he could have been, especially if Sebastian Loeb didn't exist, he can look back and be pleased. What comes next for him? Maybe team management? We will have to see. So subscribe, like and comment. All the best to Petter Solberg. I hope you enjoy retirement. And to everyone watching, have a good one.